What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. Joining me tonight, we have special guest Buddhachu. Eliteness.
How fucking wasted are you?
Zero burns.
Oh shit, off the rails so quick.
Warframe.
Anybody else?
I
Yeah, Validness and DrNiggle, and your host as always is Gobi. Gobi, how are we doing tonight?
Penis.
I'm doing all right. It's been a good weekend.
Has been a good weekend. I forgot to look up some random I had something for this. God damn it. I had something and it was good.
I've got a good one.
Alright, everyone just bear with us.
this is our first time ever doing this.
Yeah, we're new to the scene.
Just,
I don't know how to
So
podcast.
New to the
Let's
scene
get
is
some interesting
No Man's
facts
Sky. Yeah.
How it goes.
whoa. No Man's Sky.
Okay.
What game is that?
It's this little game that was published by some, I don't even know what the publisher is anymore.
Hello, game.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Yeah, I don't know. This is sort of a follow-up from last week because we did talk last week about how there was a big No Man's Sky patch coming out. It dropped on Wednesday, this past week, and it included 32-player multiplayer support, and it was supposed to have more features, new stuff, new items, new craftables, and we thought that it would be like good for the game, bit of a revitalization. It wasn't. Same bugs, same old bugs appeared. Leetness and Gobi and I actually jumped in and tried to do a multiplayer game. It did not go well. And
Did not.
that was, yeah.
Nice.
Leetness kept on disconnecting, and then one time when he disconnected and he rejoined, I was on my carrier, and he tried to fly to land in my carrier, and my carrier was gone, but he could still see me running around in space. That kind of shit has been happening since launch, and apparently it's still there. And Gobi was on a planet, I don't know if you just started, did you just spawn a new character there, and you were trying to run around and get guns, and you were like, where's my fucking gun?
No.
Okay.
No, that was like the second planet I had landed on or some shit after the first one. I had to get off the first one fast because it was so fucking toxic. I died almost immediately. I could like run straight over and grab what I needed and run back to my ship, and then run over and grab what I needed and get back to my ship. Otherwise, I die. It was all bad.
Yeah, that was a pretty toxic game. I think Niggle just spawned us all on the shittiest, most toxic planet ever.
You guys like to hear my No Man's Sky story?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Special guest star.
Yeah. I owned the game for an hour and a half because I got my money back. This is how the game started for me. I spawned on a mesa inside a bowl. So imagine a mesa up high, had a valley like the level of the it was very far down. So I had to jump down, and then I had to push into the wall with my jetpack in order to climb up the outside wall just to get out of this thing. So I was like trapped.
Oh,
So that's a great start. So you got off to a really great start.
I ran around for another hour, and I said I'm getting my money back. And I got my money back on Steam, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the. I've been like delving a little bit more into the single player, and I've gotten a little bit further now, and my storyline has progressed pretty far. I don't know how far, but pretty far, I'd say.
Do you know what the Atlas path is?
I mean, I've gone through the portal.
Do you know what the quest called the Atlas path is?
Yeah, no, I've met Artemis, I've met Atlas, and I've actually gone through the portal and seen Atlas on his ship.
Ooh, fancy.
So, I mean, I've progressed pretty far. I think it's pretty far, at least. It was fucking difficult to get there. I'll have, But yeah. So anyway, getting there, seeing Atlas and all that, and then suddenly you get spawned and a whole bunch of sentinels want to kick the shit out of you. So I've gotten relatively far in the game. I think the single player is not too bad. It is pretty repetitive once you get to a certain point. The fucking grind of materials that are needed for crafting stuff is pretty heavy. But then again, I mean, I guess it's a game that they're trying to create a world for you to explore forever, sort of thing, build bases and kind of Minecraft your life out of it, whatever. But that doesn't really appeal to me. I was just really doing it for the storyline. I just wanted to hear. I wanted to see what the story is all about, and it is interesting. It's kept me engaged enough to actually get that far, which is, I guess, money's worth for me.
Does the game
But-
have terraforming like Astroneer?
I mean, yeah, you can.
No,
You
I
gotta-
know that
you
gun
can't.
was
terrain-
destructive, but you couldn't add back like dirt.
No, yeah, that's Buddha's talking about actually changing the biome that you're in, and no, you
Oh,
can't do
no.
that, to my knowledge.
No. Well, you can. I mean, you can auto mine them and auto feed and
Yeah,
all that
you
sort
can-
of stuff, but
You can destroy all you want.
Yeah, the gun I saw, you could go down where it was warm underneath, like.
Yeah,
tunnels.
so hazardous weather, you just dig a hole and go in the hole, and then you survive the storm.
Very advanced space technology.
Right.
Exactly. So, but it is very frustrating when you're on a hazardous planet that, like for your first one, when you're constantly just sitting in a hole waiting for the weather to stop. That's the most frustrating thing. I think my base planet that I started off on was a frozen one, and it was just like every 5 minutes there's a fucking snowstorm, blizzard. So I'm constantly going back in a hole waiting, and it's like a pretty long wait for the storm to pass.
Yeah, it's a
Just
couple
to-
minutes.
Yeah, it's I mean, it slows your progress pretty quite a lot, you know. So,
Make a sandwich or something.
I mean, the thing is, I don't want to miss the opportunity to actually do something in between the window of this one and the next fucking storm that's going to come, because they come every like 2 minutes. It's 5 minutes of storm, 2 minutes of like go do something quickly.
Well, your hands are free. I mean, there's something else you could do.
Heyo, yep. Gobi, are we on Pornhub yet?
No.
Oh, I forgot
No,
Linus
we're
is
not.
married.
I'm still working on that.
Okay, all right. As long as somebody's on it. 'Cause I'm not allowed on Pornhub anymore.
Been blocked. Your IP
I
has
don't want
been
to know.
blocked.
I don't want to know why you're not allowed on. it.
Excessive downloads.
No, I went. They have all these live cam models, and so I went on the cam models, and I'm like, "Hey, can I watch you play Fortnite?" And they were like, "What are you fucking talking about?" Apparently, cam whores don't want to play video games, and I don't understand why they're
That's a
on the
very
internet at all.
specific fetish.
Apparently, you've never been on Twitch.
Maybe that's my problem. I want Pornhub to be more like Twitch.
Wait, and it gets better because apparently now Twitch is putting porn on their site. Because did you guys see what happened to Ninja?
No.
I know that he moved to
Half-
Mixer. That's it.
Yeah.
He switched and went over to Mixer. When he switched and went over to Mixer, Twitch put up a sign on his page that says the ninja you're looking for isn't here. And about an hour and a half after they put that sign up, somebody had linked porn to that Twitch page.
Good for them.
And Twitch, he's like now Ninja's suing Twitch and all that shit because he said they did it maliciously, and I was like, maybe not.
I didn't hear anything about that. That's pretty cool, actually. Or whatever. Yeah,
Well, now I
Not
like
on
Twitch.
the internet? That's something new.
yeah.
I like Twitch a little more now.
Anyway, I was gonna say, Linus is me. As a returning No Man's Sky player, I had some different difficulties. I had a whole bunch of custom keybinds, and for whatever reason, After the update, you could go into. I couldn't remember what any of them are or what any of them were. So I went into my controls and I went into whatever just to look at key mappings, and none of them were displayed. And I was confused, so I just hit reset to default, and again, none of them were displayed, and I couldn't change any of them or anything like that. So that was one of the bugs.
You cut out.
Ah, shit. How much did you hear? It doesn't matter.
And no, and you couldn't cut any of them out. You couldn't change any of them.
Yeah, exactly. So small bugs like that were patched. I think there were 3 hot fixes this week since the major update to try and address things like that. Also, as I said, Leetness was disconnected from the game, and he came back in. I was on my freighter. He couldn't see me. I went onto my carrier. I had 2. You can buy stations on your character for NPCs to do production, to like grow things for you or make you weapons or stuff like that. 2 of those NPCs that I had hired were gone, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Thank God none of my fleet was missing. And stuff like that. And the other thing that I noticed is that you do have tooltips in that game. You've got these little quest suggestions in the lower right-hand corner. There's no fucking way to turn those off. And I sunk a couple hours into that game, and it's still trying to tell me how to jump or how to open my inventory. I don't need that shit. And I looked around the internet for just various ways to turn that stuff off. I even read some dev comments, and none of that worked. And just little annoyances like that. So anyway, No Man's Sky, they tried.
Free of problems.
Yeah, they tried. The hot fixes are still coming out, but whatever. We got excited for nothing. I'm sorry for forming a hype train.
It was still worth
okay.
my time.
It's okay. The beatings will stop eventually.
Right. Oh, they hurt so much, but they kind of feel nice at the same time.
Those moments in game with you, Niggle, were worth it.
Thanks, you too, buddy. I'll see you later for some spooning. Spooning, gentle spooning.
Whoa.
Light tip.
Light tip touching. What else we got?
Oh God! As long as they don't start talking about docking, we're okay.
Oh, we did that. Yeah, we did that.
At least we won't starve together.
Oh, don't starve together.
Nice.
Releasing a new update.
Nice.
This Don't Starve Together update is adding boats. Boats for multiplayer. You can build a boat and take your friends on it and go across the ocean and explore new islands. And if you log in the next 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now, you will get, just as a login reward, you'll get a custom sail for whatever boat if you decide to build a boat. So that game is virtually bug-free. Asterisk.
I have that game. I don't think I've ever played it with anyone.
It's a good game. Don't Starve Together is a fun time. Omega and I checked it out probably over a year ago now.
Okay.
It's a nice, if you like...
I played Don't Starve, but not the together part. I played the Don't Starve alone.
Who's the asshole that...
Question, how many games on Steam do you own now?
To me? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you.
Probably not that. I think Niggle's probably taking over me. I've stopped buying games. Well, actually, I buy them on Humble Bundle now. I've got like
the reason I asked is because you
100
seem
there.
to try every game out there. That's why I was asking.
I just buy them and I don't play them most of the time. But it's 258.
Yeah, Linus has a mighty library. You still got more than me, don't you?
I don't know. I've got 258. If I look at my current game, it's not that many anymore.
I have 262.
See, see, I knew.
320.
320. Look at Gobi.
Wow. Swain, does he
But-
dick?
320. I thought it's not 360. No, it's good.
After next week, I'll have 2.
I do have over 140 games that are claimed in my humble library.
Damn.
Yep, I've actually got
But would you actually claim them?
I have 15 pages worth of keys to load from Humble Bundle.
You should play them, though. You should claim all those, you should play the games, and you should quit your job and become a full-time streamer and just play through all those games, do one game a day, and get a Patreon set up. I'll support you. As long as you play without pants on, I'll support you.
There's a game that I wanted to play called Get Over It. Have you guys seen that?
I also want you to get a glass desk.
Stupid. The hammer in the pot.
No, I haven't seen that one. What's it all about?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, I know. Of course, yeah, I know the one that you're talking about. Very, very, yeah. All the Let's Players did it, especially Markiplier because he loves screaming.
Well, I was watching it with Quinn69 from Diablo days.
I'm sure that was a hoot.
Yeah. Anyway, he plays it and takes like 18 hours to finish his first playthrough. But it's funny to watch. It's actually like laugh out loud hilarious moments with him getting so fucking frustrated at it.
Is that the insane side-scrolling game?
It's like a physics game where you've got a hammer and you've
There's a man. There's a man
looks like
sitting.
Putin in a pot.
Yeah,
Doesn't it look like-
there's a man sitting in a cauldron and he has a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Oh, game theory did a theory on.
Yeah, it was very popular.
It was so bad.
I mean, it looks interesting just to play for 5 minutes, but I mean,
Jesus.
I bought fucking genital jousting for the same price.
Jesus Christ.
And that game was
It's
Oh,
infinitely more amusing.
Oh god, yeah, that was interesting.
It's the only game where the Leetness and I can dock and it's not technically gay.
We docked with my wife watching us dock.
That's true. We cucked your wife.
oh jeez. Gobi, we need to set that Pornhub account up sooner rather than later. This shit's getting weird.
Gosh, okay.
Man, I don't even know what to classify it. Alright, you figure that out first.
Actually, you know what? Let's just put it on Pornhub Live. Let's just go that way with this. Once a week.
We'll take requests.
Maybe we could get tickers. Oh, and yes, that was a double pun. You're just pissed off because you didn't think of it.
It was very punny.
Yeah. Oh god.
Sorry.
I have a question
Okay.
for the group that isn't on the dock. If you guys want to talk about that,
Yeah,
who's going to play Borderlands on when it's exclusively on Epic for the first 6 months?
I'd rather watch cats eat their own shit.
Well, that answers.
I'm not
that.
picking that up at all.
I was going to wait for the Steam 6 months from now.
Yeah, I'll probably get it. I'll get it, but it's not. I don't think I'll get it on Epic. I mean, I'll probably buy it on Steam.
I'm not a Borderlands fan. Just never have.
Oh, okay. I'm a looter shooter fan.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a looter shooter fan. It's just the art style.
Shader, yeah.
it is a thing to get to
The
use.
cell shading. Yeah, the cell shading actually makes my migraine worse.
I used to collect comic books, so I like it.
I mean, you're talking to the king nerd over it. Talking a storage locker comic, but you know, it just that art style would be out. I couldn't play any of the Telltale games because of it.
So Zero, just quick question: you're a fan of Keanu Reeves, yeah?
Absolutely.
Oh,
have you
God.
have you seen A Scanner Darkly, the 2006 movie?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, it's when that technique, the Borderlands technique, when it's used in film, is called rotoscope, and A Scanner Darkly was a rotoscope film, and it took a little bit of getting used to, but once I was into it, it was pretty good. So I recommend A Scanner Darkly. It's not a funny movie. It's not like a good times movie, but it's a good movie.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at it right now. I've never seen that.
Who's the actor that plays Iron Man? I forget his name, but he was in it.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey. I think
Jesus
he's the
Christ,
bad
how could
guy,
you
right?
not know that?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
a-
good with names or numbers.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that works.
Or
Okay.
faces,
Okay, man.
or locations, or dates.
Well, I don't know my
I haven't
own
watched
cell phone
Avengers
numbers.
since the Avengers.
That's fine. I'm totally cool with this turning into a
somebody
movie.
kick Gobi out.
No,
Somebody kick Gobi out of the stream.
it's perfectly fine. It's fine.
It's even got Woody Harrelson and Winona Ryder in it.
It does.
Everything's not going to be okay.
See, now Zombieland 2, so looking forward to that movie.
Is Bill Murray in that one too?
Have we gotten
No, I
to
don't think so.
games
Alright.
and entertainment?
I'll watch it.
I don't think we've gotten to anything so far.
No, we got one off the list.
Are we still in the movie section, or
No, we haven't gotten there yet. All right, yeah, we'll
be
okay.
talking about
Okay.
Frostpunk.
We'll round the. Yeah, okay. Frostpunk is coming to consoles in October. If you've never played, wait, hold on a sec. There it is. All right. If you have never played Frostpunk, it is a survival game. It's a circular builder. Buddha was talking about it before the podcast started up. He'd watched people playing it. I don't know if anybody else here has watched anybody playing it. It's a brutal survival game. That's about, I think it's $30 on Steam. It's well worth the $30. When it came out, it was $30. They said all the DLC that we put out for this is going to be free. They kept their word, and it's a good time. So yeah, check out Frostpunk if you like survival city builders or survival management games. Very good, very cool. That's it. Now we can move on.
all right, Square Enix.
Yeah, that's death threats, canceled game tournaments.
What?
That kind of looks all bad. Yeah.
There was something in here. There's something in here that traced back to loot boxes. There was a guy who spent like 200,000 yen on the game on loot boxes, trying to get an item, and he couldn't get the item. So he did what any rational human being would do and wrote a death threat to Square Enix, and eventually he got arrested.
Dumbass.
According to an official Square Enix statement, there have been several death threats made against Darwing Paradox management team. Square Enix has reported the threats and is cooperating fully with the police. As a precautionary measure, the Darwing Paradox tournament for this weekend and next weekend in Tokyo, Yokohama, Nago, whatever, and
Now, I want to hear you
Couple more.
pronounce the thing.
yeah, no, have been canceled. So
And that's the thing.
Nagoya.
yeah, and the last one.
Very disgraceful.
Fuka Kaka.
Yeah,
This podcast is very offensive.
at least we admit it.
Sound like the guy in Kill Bill.
Tori Hanzo.
Hattori Hanzo-san.
So, funny story. Buddy of mine just met him at the at I think it was Raleigh GalaxyCon. And I killed
Great
one fucking
story.
jet with that.
Great story. Don't stop there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys didn't give me much more to go with, so Hattori Hanzo, that's it. There's your story.
Yeah.
I love the first comment on that Square Enix post that we actually fed off of. I don't know if you guys saw it, but The internet was a mistake. That's his response to Square Enix getting death threats and canceling game tournaments. It was pretty good. I like that guy.
Anyway, so the guy who plays Hattori Hanzo is Sonny Chiba, and he's a phenomenal actor.
Cool last name.
Just want to throw that out. Yeah, right. Are we on to movies yet?
I believe so.
Like,
Ah.
wasn't there a Destiny 2 topic? That's the whole reason I'm here.
Yeah,
we're
first-
doing
yeah,
that.
you're-
We're
You're waiting.
we're making everybody wait for it.
Oh, okay.
Save the best for last.
It's the only way that we can get people to stick around after we start talking about movies, because nobody but us gives a shit.
Yeah.
Well, this one people might. The Witcher Netflix series.
I'm pretty pumped for this. I'm not gonna lie. Quite keen to see this. I even
Apparently
started
young-
playing The Witcher again.
Oh, okay. So the big news in The Witcher is that the young Geralt has been announced. He's a young man. His name is Tristan Ruggieri, and he will be playing the role of young Geralt. So this, if anyone is up to date with the Witcher series on Netflix, Netflix has got a Witcher series coming out. Geralt will be played by Henry Cavill, who's aka Superman, because that's the only thing that anybody knows him from. Even though he was on The Tudors, and I watched The Tudors back in the day before it was cool to be into period dramas.
What were they teaching?
I'm
I'm just joking.
See what you did there.
You bastard with your accent.
Posh twat.
Everybody thinks you're British, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what the YouTube comments say.
Ah.
I'm gonna go to YouTube right now and write a comment so I don't look like a total asshole.
Who's the British cunt?
Oh my god.
Oh, look, we did it again.
Killed the fucking stream. Oh god.
It's okay. No,
Good
we already went
life.
over this. He's got the accent. So yeah, we now know that the show is going to include flashbacks to when Joel was young, and there's some speculation about. I guess there are trials that the Witchers go through to kill 7 out of 10 kids. Pretty brutal stuff. So maybe we'll get to see some of that. I don't know. Yeah. If you're into The Witcher, I know not many people are. That's some news that you might find interesting. Anybody else? Anybody else play The Witcher?
I did. And like I said, I started playing it again because it looks like it's going to be fun. The series, so I'm
Pretty okay game.
pretty okay game. I mean, the game was really good actually.
I've never played it, but because of the series coming out, I actually want to pick it up and play it before the series starts.
Yeah, I would if I were you.
You might recommend 1 through 3 or just
Oh
3?
no, just play 3. No, I mean, well, you see, the thing is, three's a masterpiece, and you don't need to have any background story for it to be good. 2 was really good, but it's like so dated now. I tried to go back and play that, and I was just like, oh, the graphics, fuck off. I know, I'm really bad with that.
I'm hesitant to go back to Mass Effect 1 for the same reason.
Yeah, you see,
So
I mean,
you
it's like one of those
cannot
games
do
that I
it
really enjoyed.
Without the mods. You cannot do
that's-
Mass Effect 1 without mods. Like, just don't.
That's true.
It's all bad.
Yeah, Gobi actually
If they
turned me
got-
on to the high definition texture pack for Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, that's wonderful mods. They have one for 2 as well. And 3.
I was keen to try D2 again, Diablo 2 again, and I installed it and couldn't do it. As soon as I had to pick up gold, I was like, nope, Not doing that.
Yeah. They don't have a weasel you can have run around and get the gold for you.
No, you have to collect the fucking gold. So I was like, I'm done.
That sucks.
Before-
I didn't pick up my own gold.
Before we move on from the Witcher Netflix series, I just want to say the article that I linked to was on PC Gamer, and it was written by Andy Chalk. There is a picture of the young man at the end of the article, looking. It's just it's a headshot. He looks like he's going for an acting gig, and the caption written underneath it is, "He has no idea what's about to happen."
I just saw that.
Which, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Phrasing.
I just want to
They
say
nailed
this.
it.
For a Witcher, I reckon I could take him. That kid.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think between the two of us, we could kick him a good 30, 35 feet. I'm sorry, you're British. A good 12 meters.
Thank you.
You bastard.
Fucking shitty American system. Just get with the rest of the world, for fuck's sake.
Hey, look, don't be pissed off that we have superior ways of measuring.
Oh, is that what we have? We're one of 3 countries in the world that still uses the imperial system. Okay, the other one is Libya, or what is it? What's the one in Africa?
Wait, there are 2 other
What are the other
countries.
two
Liberia.
fucked up countries?
Yeah, Liberia is the other one, and then there's I don't know. There's a small kingdom in Ghana or something.
Kamchatka.
Three countries in the
Kamchatka.
world that use the imperial system. America is one of them.
England back in like the 1100s told them how to fucking measure shit with their shitty imperial system, and then moved on. And America's like, fuck you, England. We don't want you. We don't need you. But we'll just keep this measurement system that you gave us once.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that we don't want. It's not that we're like so in love with the system that the British gave us. It's just that we don't want to be like the rest of the world and sucking the dick of Thomas Corwin Mendenhall, who invented the metric system. Come on, people.
Right.
I'm gonna call you Cliff Clavin from now on.
All right, that's fair.
All right.
And,
So I think we've moved on from the,
and you're from Boston, so it fits.
Right.
from Witcher. I'm gonna go ahead and close that window.
Yeah, we went way past that. I mean, we were supposed to talk about Doom, but
Oh, we can talk about Doom.
almost.
They're making a Doom movie.
There's a straight-to-DVD
So,
Doom movie
another
coming out.
one?
Yeah,
What's
no,
next?
What?
this one isn't going to theaters, and it lacks Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well, then it's gonna fail.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much what I think too.
It's gonna fail because The Rock is probably the greatest actor ever.
After
God, this
Keanu
suck
Reeves.
is deep in here.
Yeah, after Keanu Reeves, definitely.
No, I
Keanu
think it's better than
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about here. Okay,
Oh
Um,
God.
the main character in the Doom movie, which is again straight to DVD. The main character is a woman, and her name is Joan Dark. All right. If anybody ever watched a cartoon on MTV in 1999 called Clone High, this is a direct Clone High ripoff. Joan Dark is Joan of Arc. It's just the fucking French. It's the English version of a French name. So I just want to call them out for ripping off Clone High. That's some bullshit.
Perfect Dark. Okay.
Joan Dark.
Jonah Dark? Joan Dark?
Joan. No, it's not even Joanna. It's Joan Dark.
Okay. Like Joan of Arc, but she just went with Joan Dark.
Exactly.
Joan of Arc simply put a D in her. I mean, you know what I mean?
Joan got the D and then became Joan of Dark.
No, because that's
Joan
what it is in French. It's Jeanne d'Arc. So if you just say
Jeanne d'Arc.
it, you just say the French name with an English or American accent, it's Joan Dark. So whatever. It's not clever. Stop it, Dune makers. Doom
Okay.
makers. Not Dune. We need more Dune. Do another Dune miniseries, please.
June, yes.
Or Frank Herbert sci-fi on television, for the love of God.
Bring me big sandworms.
Shai Halud. There we go.
Well,
And,
All right, Gobi. All right, Gobi. Now it's your
the
party.
whole reason that Buddha and Zero showed up. Have at it, boys.
okay, so D2. Yay! Shadow Key!
Yeah, what's going on in Diablo 2?
Not a damn thing, because Blizzard sucks balls.
Went through that.
The
Yeah.
reason Bungie left.
Yeah.
Well, cross save goes active this week. This upcoming Wednesday. Shadow
And on the
Keep is gonna-
20th, you can move your account from the Blizzard launcher to Steam
yes,
on the PC.
which I will be doing post haste.
Hold
Well,
up.
sorry, you can sign up for the conversion. Don't actually get the conversion until October 1st.
Now, do you know if your accounts are linked, or is it just takes a snapshot? Because I'm going to continue to play the game on the Blizzard side. And I'm wondering, say I get a nice drop, is it going to carry over?
Yes, everything is supposed to carry over from one to the other. That's why
So
that's part of the reason why they pushed the release out an extra little bit of time, is because they wanted to make sure that they don't have any issues with the transfer. So
So the Steam version is not going to launch Battle.net and then launch Destiny 2. It's just going to launch Destiny 2 directly.
straight on Steam.
Hopefully, we can download the content for the older game, everything up
Yes.
to Shadowkeep. On
Everything.
Tuesday.
I don't think. Again, if I remember the way that they worded it correctly, all that they are doing Tuesday is just signing up for the transfer. The
Okay.
physical transfer is not happening until the 1st of October. So
Oh, yeah.
Because there's many moving parts. So you could buy Shadowkeep, or you can be what is it called, First Light or New Light?
New Light.
So
New
New
Light.
Light would be DrNiggle. He doesn't own the game. He can play for free, right?
Correct. He can play everything for free, but if he wants to play any of the new content, he has to purchase said content, all of which can be purchased independently of each other. So you don't have to have Forsaken to play Shadowkeep.
Right.
And-
So for some numbers for some people, Shadowkeep.
But if you buy Shadowkeep, you get to play Forsaken, correct?
No.
No, you each module is gonna be $10, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. It's all going to be a la carte from this point moving forward. Or from
So great. It's
October 1st forward.
it's The Sims 3 and 4 from now on.
Yeah, it's a
Sure.
giant money sink.
It kind of reminds me of what's that? Guild Wars 2, the way that they monetized,
Kind of, yes.
where they basically have DLC that you can purchase, but the base game is all free, and you can play that all the way up to level cap, sort of thing. And then
We could talk about some of the changes coming, because like Leetness doesn't know some of the stuff. So the store, what's the store called again?
Eververse.
The money pit.
Eververse is changing now. So the Bright Dust is changing to actual currency. I guess what people were doing, were taking real money, buying the what are those things? What are the
Silver.
things that drop?
coins, silver coins.
No,
No.
that's
Glimmer?
no, it's the ball looking things. What are those called?
Engrams?
Engrams.
Oh, engrams. And then they were crushing them to get the Bright Dust, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Even though there's bounties you can get to get Bright Dust. Anyways, if you go to the store now, Leetness, if you were to get back in the game, they're pushing the silver, so real money transfers for everything over there.
Okay.
Since they've gone independent, they don't have all that Blizzard money. They're trying to monetize other stuff.
Well, I mean, Bungie has their own money. But yeah, I mean, I guess they do need to monetize for future development.
Well,
Um,
and after reading the director's cut from late last week, I think it was the number 2, when they were talking about DLC, the entirety of the 0 hour mission to get the Outbreak Prime was funded by 1 month's worth of Eververse purchases. So the entirety of development for for an exotic quest that, had a lot of backstory and a lot of stuff built around it, ended up getting paid for by Eververse, which I'm okay with. As long as they're not just pocketing that money, they're
Yeah.
actually putting it back into the game.
Remind me what the Outbreak Prime is. What is that?
Outbreak Prime, it was the weapon from the Wrath of the Machine, Wrath of the Machine raid, the special one that you had to use the binary coding to get weapon.
Is that
in
D1 you're saying, or the current?
Yeah, that's D1. It was one that carried over.
Oh, I didn't play D1, so.
Yeah. It's one hell of a gun.
How do you get it now? Is that the one that has the little floaty red things?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm so precise with my terminology.
Hey,
I mean,
I have no idea what they're
What
called.
you're talking about.
You shoot a guy and it gets
Siva.
covered in a cloud of these floaty red things that will attack the next bad guy.
Yep. Siva nanites.
sounds
Sure.
logical.
Did you just say sea bananas?
Siva, SIVIA, nanites.
Oh, nanites. Yeah, that's right.
I like sea bananas better.
Me too.
So this group, who besides us two is going to play the game? Are you guys going to do New Light and download the game, give it a try, or what?
I own Forsaken.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I just kicked it up again before the podcast just to check it out, and I'm probably gonna get back in.
How much money would I have to spend to buy all the DLC out right now?
$35.
There's only 3 DLCs out right now?
Wrong. If you are you good at what platform?
PC.
PC.
Yeah, platform. Yeah,
Okay.
PCM.
So
R.
He even had to ask.
I bought it. I got it the other day, and I think it was $39. $40. That got me all of the year 1 content, all of the year 2 content, and then I have to pay to get the. But I don't think I'm.
Yeah, you can buy the Destiny 2 Forsaken Complete Collection for $40, which is 60% off right now on Blizzard's shop, which is obviously everything.
Yeah.
What's available on Steam then? Because they have some kind of deluxe edition.
Yeah, that's Shadowkeep.
Oh, do you get like a soundtrack or whatever with the deluxe and all that nonsense?
Yeah.
Good question.
I don't even know.
The reason
I
I
think
asked
that's
about New
Forsaken.
Light is because we need some injection of new blood back into the. Well, we had multiple clans, so if people don't know, we had over 100 people. There's a 100 people person cap on in-game clan, so we had to gin up a second one. So
Yeah,
Cody's in
we're
charge of
close
the
to
first one.
200.
Yeah, and Leetness is the captain or whatever, the second one. Well, the second one, which I moved over to, has like 3 active players. There's 97 people that aren't doing anything.
Way to fucking kill the game, Leetness.
Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a terrible leader in that game.
I should
But
talk.
I was I was constantly monitoring every single request to get in there.
Yeah, it became a thing.
We've got 95 or 96 players in the first clan, and then another 83 or 84 in the second clan on the Xbox side.
So all in all, close to 400 Destiny players across the GS
Damn.
ecosystem.
Well, in the second clan, there's only
That's
like
not even that's not even including the PS4 players. Actually, I think we've only got one PS4 clan because who owns a PS4? I'm just joking.
Actually, I think we have 2 PS4 clans.
Oh, there we go. Look at me sucking. All right. Yeah, 2 PS4 clans. So that's basically close to 600. Gunslingers playing D2. And by D2, I mean Destiny 2. For those that actually know what D2 really is.
Thank you. All right.
Well, the first one only has 82 members.
Well, I'm sure
Currently,
Shadowkeep and
so.
the revitalization of increase membership again. But we definitely see influxes whenever there's new content that comes out. So
Yeah, and I will be doing cleaning, so anybody that hasn't logged in 90 days is going to be gone, so that 82 is potential to go down. So depending on how many members is in the second clan, we might work something out.
Yeah, I think we need to consolidate. I was going to talk about that after the podcast.
We actually, between myself, Shrike, and Finn, we pretty much keep a tight handle on stuff. We've got the last played tool that Shrike and Giza have both worked on. Getting that built is very, very helpful.
oh yeah,
tells you-
that tool's great.
Yeah, it's missing from the pinned in the moderator board.
You said it's missing?
Yeah, it's not there for me.
Okay, I'll go in and pin it again. It should still be. There's no reason why it should have moved or where it was.
I've got
But-
it linked.
But yeah, no, it
But,
definitely makes things easier now. The issue that we run into is we've got so many people that we start running into things of, okay, do we really need to send messages to said players before we remove them at the 90-day mark? Of course, the answer to that question is always yes. That's courtesy. But, you know, it gets to a
we're
point-
running out of time. The armor changes.
yes.
It's yeah. What's up with that?
Okay, so
Did they go
actually
full on Warframe?
I have
there's some
Um,
fashion frame in there, but they're also redoing stats or just mixing stats or whatever you guys talk about.
essentially what they're going to do is they're taking all of the D1 statistics and putting them into the armor as well. Your first set of armor 2.0 is what they're calling it. The first set of armor 2.0 is going to be your solstice set that you get for if you get the purple set before the end of the solstice. When Forsaken drops, you will be able to go to the gunsmith of your set of armor for each character that you got the purple set on. The armor is going to be, they said for the first month and a half, 2 months that Shadowkeep is out, you're likely not going to be using the Armor 2.0 for end-game content because you will not have unlocked all of the mods. Mods are now unlockable. Once you unlock them, They are unlocked for life. You don't have to continue to collect stacks and stacks of mods 2.0 are unlocked and they stay unlocked forever. There's a new affinity system. Each armor piece is going to be each armor piece is going to have a specific point cost, going up to 10 of a certain element: void, arc, solar. All of the mods will have a different affinity, one of the three, or they will be just a mod, and that's it. You can upgrade your armor to take a full 10 points. Once you get it masterworked, it adds +2 to all stats on the arm, on that piece of armor. So if you have a complete masterwork set of armor 2.0, you're looking at a +10 to all of your stats. So they're really opening up what you're able to do, which is great, because there's always been a huge fashion versus function thing. Because I know that there are some people who don't like their guardians to look like hobos.
Trash monsters.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't want their guardians to look like trash monsters, and they like specific armor pieces, armor sets. I happen to be a fan of the opulent armor set for my Titan, but I can never get good rolls on it. So I have to go with whatever's got the best roll. So
this is a transmog, like in
yeah,
Diablo
they're not
3.
calling it that. They avoid that word, but that's what it is.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
All of the exotics on day one, exotics that you pull from your collection, exotic armor, will be armor 2.0. The only difference between the exotics that come out of your collection and the exotics that you get in the wild is your exotics that you get out of your collection are going to have static rolls on them. And it will be the same roll every single time you pull it out of collection. Whereas if you get it out in the wild, it could be a completely different roll of stats out there.
I can give you an
And
example of what you went over there. So if people don't know, I think shotgun right now is on your hands. What is it called? Your gauntlets.
Yep.
So that's there's an affinity on shotgun loader with solar, I believe. So what he just said was you'll need solar gauntlets so you can actually install that shotgun loader mod. If it was void, there's void affinity mods that you can only pick from. This is supposed to build increase build diversity, and people. He said there's no cost, so it's supposed to help people. Try different things out when there's no cost, because once you earn it, you. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it more MMO. Also. Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, they're going for the division, like the gear mods and weapon mods and stuff, which is fine. That's not a bad system as long as it's done right. And more power to them if they do it right.
One of the things they're doing is they're going to have they have pinnacle weapons right now. So there's always a big grind for that. They're going to have pinnacle mods. So enhanced hand cannon load, that will be a pinnacle activity to get that earned, for example.
But the fun thing is like you can't, according to the cost structure in looking at it, you couldn't stack 2.5 mods at the same time because it'll be for cost.
Right. So enhanced hand cannon loader will be like 6
points.
And that'll only leave you 4 left for 2 slots. 4 points worth.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Everything. So, earlier today, I put in the saloon, um, 3 game titles that are all coming out. If you guys check the pin messages there, you'll see them. Um, just hit the Xbox, PS4, PC if you're getting them. So we have a head count of roughly who's getting them for those 3 games. But kind of as a roundtable, what is the game coming out this fall that you're looking forward to? We'll start with you, Buddha.
The one I'm looking forward to, I think, is next year. Unfortunately, Cyberpunk 2077. That's next year.
Yep, April 16th.
Yeah.
DrNiggle's got it dialed in. I didn't know that.
I'm not paying attention to it or anything.
Yeah, and that's by the same team that did Witcher, Red Dead Redemption, right?
Yeah, I'm really keen for Cyberpunk as well. Got to be honest, that's like one of my most anticipated upcoming games.
From the noted publisher, Red Dead Redemption.
I'd do Borderlands 3 if it was not on Epic exclusively. I would definitely do that. But otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Shadowkeep and Destiny 2. I basically play Destiny 2, and that's it. Maybe a little Astroneer, if you guys know what that game is.
You have never played it.
Some friends of mine asked me to get into it. They thought it would be a game that I'd have some fun with, and I'm not opposed to it. I haven't had the time. Oh, I
Too
have
much
had
Space
the time.
Engineers for you.
No, Space Engineers is so 2017. No, now it's all work.
Every time I got on Steam, I saw Niggle was building something new.
Yeah, I did. I got a hard 2,000 hours in that game.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask Zero, but I already know the answer to this. What game are you looking forward to this fall?
Five Nights at Freddy's 7. No, Destiny 2 Shadow.
Please tell me that's not a thing.
You were joking, right?
With Scott Cawthon, you.
Yeah, I thought he said he was done.
Don't scare me like that, man.
But no,
yeah,
seriously,
sure.
Shadowkeep is soul focus.
What about you, Niggle? You got any coming out this fall you're looking forward to?
Yeah, since expansion packs apparently count, I'm going with Railjack for Warframe. Get on our own personal ships to fly around asteroid fields and do missions in space, jump on people's ships, hijack their ships, trash their ships, blow them up, eject ourselves back out into space, and land on our own ships, and maybe moon them as we leave.
What about you, Leet?
So I've got a few that I'm like probably gonna dabble in. One of them would be Borderlands 3. I'm more than likely gonna pick that up and check that out. The other thing that I'm quite keen to check out is maybe this is a big maybe is WoW Classic. That's coming out pretty soon. That's gonna be like basically the World of Warcraft Classic experience, which I never really got. I only got the modern experience. So people really loved WoW Classic. It was a big deal. So I may try it, even though the graphics may make me want to upchuck. And then lastly would be Outer Worlds and the Master Chief Collection. I think may be coming out this year.
Well, I'm not going to put any stock in the Master Chief Collection coming out this year. Not that I'm not looking forward to it, but I just don't see it happening. Maybe Christmas season, maybe if we're really lucky, and we're really nice, and Santa brings us all our presents. Mine's got to be Gears 5 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna pick up Ghost Recon 2, actually. But I'm waiting for what I'm actually waiting for is Uplay Plus to come out, and then I'm more than likely gonna get that.
Yeah, I feel like I already own all those games already.
You see, I own a few of them, but not enough to warrant me not getting it. Like, there's so many
So-
Fallout games that I haven't played. Primal, for instance, 4 and 5. I don't think, well, I might have 4, but I didn't get 5. There's quite a few Assassin's Creed games that I didn't get. I feel like, at least for a few months, Uplay Plus would be worth it to get.
Oh, it'd be worth it just to play through all the Assassin's Creed games.
Right. I mean, I've got a
Okay.
lot of the Assassin's Creed games, but not any of the new ones. I stopped buying them after like the 3000th one was released.
I've been playing the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster. It's got its ups and downs. It seems to be a better version than Assassin's Creed 3 was. It's definitely prettier.
I mean, it'd pretty much have to be, wouldn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, the bar wasn't super high to start with, but wasn't a horrible game either.
No, So I am a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series up to I think Black Flag or Rogue. Rogue was one of the last games that I played. The reason that I dump on Assassin's Creed 3 so much is because you have the first game, you're Altair ibn Lahad, and you are, basically working your way up to becoming, spoilers, working your way up to becoming the master of the Assassin's Guild. Then the second Assassin's Creed games, there are 3 of them. You are Ezio Auditore de Firenze, and you are.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hold up.
And you are.
We don't count Brotherhood or any of those. They don't count.
I do.
Assassin's
They're
Creed 1, 2, and 3.
No, they are a continuation of his story. So Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. They're all kind of Assassin's Creed 2. It's just he got it in 3 installments because Ubisoft was greedy and they wanted money. But anyway, Ezio is, the young man, and he works his way up of not only becoming the master assassin for Italy, but basically coordinating assassin operations across Europe, and he expands the Brotherhood. And then you get to Assassin's Creed 3, where you have Connor, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his Native American name. And his shtick is that he's mad at his dad. That's his whole thing. He's just got dad issues. So, way to go. Great story, Ubi.
Amen. Daddy issues. Gotta love them.
So I don't think I ever actually told you guys what game I finally decided on. The raffle.
The what now?
Oh, the raffle.
Raffle,
What
he
did
won.
you, what did
Raffle
you get?
win.
Oh, yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, have you played it yet?
I have not. It has not come out yet.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet.
Shit.
It's
It's
November,
actually
I
one-
think.
Yeah, it's one that I'm really looking forward to because I'm hoping they stuff.
I'd be curious to hear what you think about that when you play it, because I do enjoy a good Star Wars game. I haven't played a good one since KOTOR 2.
You're gonna
I
say
have
I love
both.
Star Wars games, but I'm waiting until after it comes out.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
have
wait
both.
till.
I have both KOTOR and KOTOR 2, and then I played the Old Republic on PC when it was actually popular before it went to shit.
Boy.
So
Just wanted to throw out 2 other games out there that I'm looking forward to, but not until next year, much later next year in some cases. So Subnautica Below Zero, it is out in early access right now, but if you're looking forward to playing the game with the storyline start to finish without having to wait for updates, January 30th next year, Subnautica Below Zero will be out on Steam. The other one that looked pretty good to me, I love world builders, galaxy builders, management games, all the rest of that. There's one coming out called Universim, and it's, again, out in early access right now, but its release date, when it will ostensibly be completed, is August 28th, so 10 days from now.
Nice.
And then, of course, the remastered edition of Dwarf Fortress, to be determined when its release date will be. But those are 3 that I'm paying attention to.
There was one other one that's coming out on Steam, a member actually brought it to my attention. Remnant from the Ashes by Gunfire Games. It's a third-person shooter. It's kind of like a Dark Souls with guns.
Yeah, I heard it's a mixture between Dark Souls and Destiny 2 ish, or maybe it was, yeah, Destiny 2. I think that's actually out now. It just got released, didn't it?
It's no, it's in
August
19.
August 20th. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Or
Comes out
August.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it
Tomorrow.
does.
Yeah.
Steam says August 20th, but it says this game will unlock in approximately 1 day. All right, approximately. Fine, I'll give it to
Yeah.
you.
Coming August 19th. So
It's a third-person survival action shooter set in post-apocalyptic world overrun by monstrous creatures.
definitely not one that I'd be interested in. Maybe this is a segment we should actually do, is like upcoming games releasing this week. Seems like
Not a bad idea.
yeah, I think this is a good topic to have, is games releasing this week and whether or not anyone in the group would be picking it up. This
I'm
is
actually
definitely
thinking
out of
about picking this up.
it's out of my realm, because I played like 15 minutes of Dark Souls and I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't even beat the first boss. Fuck this.
That's the secret. The whole secret to
Wait,
Dark Souls.
wait.
Run past them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, the first boss you have to like kill, and everyone does, and I was like, fuck this game.
Is it the one where you
Deleted.
have to jump on his head?
No, literally, Dark Souls 3, the first boss. I was like,
Oh,
nope.
Dark Souls 3. Oh, hell no. I played like Dark Souls 1 and said, fuck that shit.
Yeah, no. Dark Souls 3, played the first boss, got to that, and I'm not a big fan of that kind of combat system. Like For Honor was not my bag at all. Hate that. Parrying and all that shit.
This
Not
is-
really my thing.
How you can tell that you're not a true Dark Souls player is you're talking about combat mechanics. Go and take a look at some of the speed runs on YouTube for Dark Souls, the ones where they complete the game in like a half an hour or 40 minutes. That's how you play Dark Souls. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, just run. Just run.
You just
Really
run.
fast.
Okay. See, that
It's kind of boring, but
Collecting gear and items and all that crap. Who has time for that?
Oh, you see, I love collecting gear and all that, but that's what appealed to me with the Dark Souls franchise. But then the level of difficulty and taking so long. I want to go into a screen and delete like 50 fucking monsters in one click.
Yep.
not get your ass handed to you by two.
No, I don't want anyone to even come close to. I don't even want their swords to come near me. I want to click a button and delete the screen of monsters.
Speaking of that type of game, is Lost Ark going to come out in the U.S. in English?
Oh my god. That's a fucking story that we could talk about for. Yeah, whenever that game does release, I can't wait to play it.
You speak
But,
Korean, don't you?
No. I wish I did. I wish I had a Korean phone number, because then I could, or a Korean social security, whatever it is. But they used to, you have to have like a specific ID to actually play Lost Ark. No, that's the only way to play it. So you have to
For those that
it.
don't
It's
know,
like sketchy.
Lost Ark is a Korean action RPG that looks amazing, and they teased us
does.
back in 2014 with a trailer, and we still can't.
Yeah, people. I mean, in 2014, it looked better than anything that's like ARPG now.
Yeah, it crushed Diablo 3.
Yeah, and then I mean, for me right now, PoE is like killing that market. Path of Exile, for those who don't know what PoE is,
Never heard
it's
of it.
killing the ARPG market for me. I mean, it's like the content that they release is just not matched in any ARPG, and it's definitely one of the best ARPGs on the market.
Hey, how much does PoE cost?
Oh, it's free.
Free, you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Free to play games that are just kicking ass on the market. How often does that happen these days, huh?
I don't know. I've heard of one other game, DrNiggle, that is on par with GGG's philosophy on how they should play free games.
Oh, is that the one with the space ninjas?
It is.
I've
What's
heard of
game
that.
again?
I don't know.
Yes, Destiny.
Warstock.
Warstock.
Oh, get the fuck out of it. Get the fuck out of the podcast room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's that time of the night, boys. I want to thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening, and hopefully you guys had a good week and you have a good one coming up.
Later, everybody. Penis,
Bye,
penis,
everyone. Penis.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
penis,
Peace.
penis.